The first ever website went live and looked like this. Not much going on here, just a page with some text on it. A couple of years later, a video went live on another website. Again, nothing much here, a guy at the zoo with one elephant at the back. Fast forward a couple of years later, you have YouTubers with a broader reach than the entire news outlet giants. Throughout history, technology has made jumps that created entirely new industries and economies. Another jump is happening as you watch this video right now. It's called the Metaverse, and it'll change how everything works. Welcome to my channel, and I'm here to take you on a journey into the future. Also, for more videos like this one, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't really miss this. Ever since Mark Zuckerberg made the announcement, every news outlet started to paint this dystopian future where all of us were doomed to be mindless robots in a car. A Ready Player One meets the Matrix where Zuck controls everything, hits the easy narrative to go with, and is the one that gets the most clicks. This video isn't about Mark or even big companies trying to build the Matrix. It's all about you understanding what's happening and how exactly you can profit from it. And the best way to understand this is to look at something of a smaller scale, the multiverse. Have you watched the new Ariana Grande concert? They really did a full production concert inside the game Fortnite. Imagine telling someone a couple of years ago that in 2021, Ariana Grande will tour in Fortnite. It did, however, manage to create a very unique experience with a completely new level of interaction. Something similar happened with Travis Scott last year. What this type of experience does really well is connecting something from the real world with something from the virtual. Something very interesting is happening right now across all the industries at the same time. For example, BMW just announced a new car in Rocket League. You have streaming companies like Netflix making video games. You have video games companies like Riot making Netflix shows. The result is the disruption of how we interact with both worlds and what's really possible. So what exactly is the Metaverse? Saying what the Metaverse is now is like saying what the internet was in the 90s. There was no concept of social media, content creators, sharing platforms, trading platforms, platforms that make other platforms, and the list goes on. So technically, the Metaverse is whatever we build on it. It sits on the crossroads of Web3, blockchain, and virtual reality. It's the combination of these three elements that actually make it possible. We need to take a look at the three parts individually, starting with Web 3.0, which is basically the next version of the internet. Yes, there are more versions of the internet. Web 1.0 looked like the website that we showed you at the beginning of this video. It's just a page with a bunch of text and some hyperlinks to more pages with more text. There's no interaction, no user-generated content, pretty much nothing but a text on a screen. Boring. Web 2.0 is what we currently have right now. It's largely community-based, most of it is user-generated content and is highly interactive, so please give this video a thumbs up. And you can do a bunch of stuff on it, so please share this video as well if you find it helpful. But hold on. One really important thing to mention here is that the only thing that you can buy and own on the internet right now is just the domain. Just like my website, www.websitesnamegoeshere.com, nobody in the world can make another website with the same domain name. Everything else is owned by corporations. Take this video for example. Yes, I made it, but if YouTube wants to, they could just go poof and it's gone. This leads us to Web 3.0. The most important thing that you can do on Web 3.0 is own parts of the internet. Yes, I did just say that. Everything that you make, buy or sell on the internet is yours and you have full rights. This happens because of blockchain and more specifically because of NFTs. They are the foundation blocks of value in the Metaverse. You probably have an idea of what they do, but if you don't, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you'll be the first to know when my new video drops. For now, let's get back to it. Most people disregard them as useless pixels on a screen for which some idiots are paying millions of dollars. But Adnan, what's stopping me from doing a right-click save on an NFT to my desktop? How is that valuable? Well, that's a great question. For you to better understand how NFTs work, let's talk about money, or the story of money, or how it came to be. What makes you think that this piece of paper is worth $100? Who told you that? Why would someone trade goods for your piece of paper? Well, it's because over the years we agreed that $1 is worth $1 and we trust that it always does. It's a social construct. It's not even real, but it makes it easy to exchange stuff, so we all agreed to use it. So the value of an NFT is how much those who embrace it decide that it's worth. And it provides ownership because it can be tracked in the blockchain. It cannot be copied. But what you're failing to see is what NFTs become in the future. Just the same way how websites have transformed over time. Compare the first ever website with, let's say, Google Maps. They are both website pages accessed from a specific link, yet the difference between them is astronomical. And you know what? There's this great tweet that says, people say NFTs are a scam, but they post their original creations on Instagram in exchange for a digital heart. See the irony? So you have this way of truly owning something and using it in the context of Web 3.0. Now, what would be a great way to interact with this virtual reality? Well, yeah, virtual reality. This seems to be the only thing people are talking about, even though it's just a part of the metaverse. Until holograms eventually become a thing, this is the coolest thing that we have right now. It's the natural technological progression. So when someone says Facebook is building the metaverse, it's fundamentally wrong because they don't own the internet or even the blockchain or even virtual reality. It's just like saying Apple built telecommunications when they launched the iPhone. Now, it doesn't really matter what they or Google or any other companies are doing. Once blockchain becomes mainstream, the internet will be owned by individuals. And that's what most people can't wrap their heads around. So here's an example. Imagine you're an artist. Video editor, cue the music. Again, imagine you're an artist. You make one song and sell it for $1 as an NFT. In your smart contract, well, if you don't know what a smart contract is, then this is another reason for you to subscribe to my channel, as I will drop a video on this very soon. So in your smart contract, you'll add that every time your song gets sold, you'll make 80%, with 20% going to the seller. So let's say I buy your song for $1 and sell it to someone else for $1. In this case, you, the artist, will make $1 from the initial sale and 80 cents from the second sale, while I also make 20 cents from the sale. This can go on and on and on. Every time your song is sold, you'll get 80% of it automatically in your digital wallet. No Spotify involved, no Apple Music involved, no record label involved. Not only do you as an artist make a whole lot more money, but your community also makes money from your work, and this is how individual ownership is happening right now. Everything in the metaverse basically works with this formula. This is why the metaverse really is the rise of individual ownership. So the question now is, how can you profit from it? Well, my advice is that you need to become a native of this new land. In order for you to see opportunities, you need to understand how they're created, and you do that by getting educated. If you have no idea how this new thing works, you'll quickly dismiss it as a dystopian nightmare. You'll be left behind when reality, both natural and virtual, hits you. Well, the good news is that we are in this super early days. People are just starting to get educated in this space, and there's a lot of room for growth and a whole new pie to eat from. I hope you find this video valuable, and as a thank you for watching until the end, I got a surprise for you. Here are some of the pretty cool things that are happening in this space right now. Number 1. You can buy digital land in video games. For the uneducated, this means wasting money on pixels. For the educated, it's the first step of owning parts in a video game. Imagine being a digital real estate investor in the next 10 years. Well, another one is Nike just patented digital goods, and they'll sell virtual Air Jordans at some points in the future. Imagine being a digital reseller. Now, if you want to learn some more about this space, then hit the subscribe button, as it will give you some Gucci luck. And also, the journey into the metaverse will be simplified. For now, my name is Adnan, and see you in my next video.